We are attaching a lot of importance to the issue of young people because it's the largest generation ever of adolescents in the world, but it's also the largest generation of adolescent girls.
When we look at the asset-based approach to youth development, what it means is that you begin to invest in young people, not as a threat or a problem, but as an asset, the potential to be harnessed for future development outcomes for a country. I think many persons like to look at the deficit approach for youth development, which is young people are the threat, the problem, the teenage pregnancy, the crime and violence.
So what we need to see in Africa now is access to affordable venture capital, to taxation. African governments must really understand the circumstances under which youth startups operate, and I suggest a holiday of 1 or 2 years to youth startups.
With a population of over 70% young people and about 1.8 billion young people worldwide, this presents a unique opportunity for the youth in Uganda to interface with the ministers and advocate for their empowerment.
Finally, I want to say that in addition to the young people, the second most powerful group of people around the young people are the youth workers. And in this meeting, we want to have a conversation about how do we support youth workers to do their jobs better. The truth is, after age 30, 35, a young person graduates out of the youth age and goes on to live his adult life quite happily. But it is the youth worker who remain, some of them for their whole lifetime, on working with young people. The truth is that there's not a lot of investment in those youth workers.
Our conviction is that as you do that, you need to create ecosystems that are real systems where several forces are at interplay so that young people do become entrepreneurs. In our view, we open our office for young people to come and innovate.
But the most important thing is we are so many in this country, and I know the unemployment solution cannot just be solved in a single day. But to me as an individual, what I think is before they give us this money, they need to first consider the priority areas. Where are we investing this money? Because you cannot get a group of 12 people who have never called 12 million in their hands, and you expect them to use this money as you think. You first get these people, train them, go down, make a feasibility study, then at the end of the day, first assess the kind of business they are going to do. Otherwise, if you don't give them that priority, you may end up like us in giving them this money and they misuse it.
And of course, as Uganda, we are happy to host the entire meeting. I believe this space will give us a forum to discuss how young people's resourcing and financing should be done, but most importantly, how we can professionalize youth work to ensure that young people become the key beneficiaries and there's meaningful participation in their engagement, and that every form of financing that goes to young people benefits them and empowers them.
Most banks have high interest rates, so a youth development bank would be good with low rates, because I know that the government has done the youth loans through Centenary Bank, but then there's still, some of them cannot afford to pay the interest rate, so they have to find a balance between people who are in remote areas and those who are in high, like urban areas, but then we're all youth, we need to develop.